Alright, this is going to be a redo of a video game vlog that I did this past weekend. And I had to redo it because I'm still working out the kinks in the green screen situation. And I like having a studio in theory, but that means I'm going to have to do shit that I'm not prepared to do, which is editing and then like adding shit to backgrounds and stuff. So I will get around to getting that together. But right now, I wanted to talk really quick about the Resident Evil showcase that went down last week. And every time, the Resident Evil showcase that went down last week. Plus, there was news on a game that I completely fucking forgot about. I mean, totally forgot about it. So, I want to start with two things before we get into the Resident Evil showcase. And the first thing is the game that I forgot about, which was Drug Dealer Simulator. How could I have forgotten about Drug Dealer Simulator? Because in April, right before Streets of Rage 4 came out, that had me amused to no end. I was tickled fucking pink because the game is goddamn crazy. So basically, the premise of Drug Dealer Simulator is, in the trailer, and I think I went over this before, in the trailer, you're a guy named Marcus and you're a drug dealer. In the real game, you're not really named Marcus, you're just ex-drug dealer in, I think it's called Night City. So, you're Marcus, let's just say, and you're dealing drugs, and I think you're with a syndicate or like some kind of crime family or some shit. I don't know, I never really got to sit and watch like a whole ass let's play of Drug Dealer Simulator. I need to get around to doing that, but I'm not doing that today. So, but the reason I brought up Drug Dealer Simulator is apparently they have a whole new patch. I called the Hard Party Hard or Hardy Party update or some shit like that. And like you can get hallucinogens after a while. You can start getting hallucinogens, and you can get other things to like increase your drug dealing like situation you have going. So that's something that's happening, and I'm not like, what? So yeah, they've like, and then you can join like other crime bosses and other crime families or something. But apparently they're still doing stuff and making tweaks to Drug Dealer Simulator, and I can't fucking believe that I completely forgotten about Drug Dealer Simulator. It's just like, the fuck am I doing? Why the fuck did I forget about Drug Dealer Simulator? Because I remember they was providing a lot of comedy before Streets of Rage took over my brain. So, yeah, I think people should go and play them some Drug Dealer Simulator, because that's a game that don't get no kind of love. I don't see nobody talking about it. I don't see nobody playing it. I don't see nothing on it. And that's probably why I forgot about it, because I don't hear anybody talking about it. But then again, I just mostly focus on horror games, and only something like that would come across my desk if I was like, paying hardcore attention, which, I don't know. Continuing with the movie games, SA Movie Games, I think is what the name of the company is. In that company, they also have Movie Games Lunarium, which is bringing out the Lust from Beyond sequel to Lust for Darkness. That has a release date, and I thought it was going to come out at the end of last year, but I guess it got hemmed up because of the pandemic stuff. But that is actually coming out on February 25th. And yeah, I'm looking for it. They're going to have so much smut, and it's going to be so beautiful, the amount of smut they put in there. It's going to be so trashy that I can't talk about the amount of trashiness that's going to have. They added trashiness. I would like to say they added trashiness for me, because they know I love some smut and trash in my day. And that is going to provide me with much needed smut and or trash. So, yes. So that finally has a release date. I think it was supposed to come out the week before, but they really, I'm saying, after the fiasco that was fucking Cyberpunk 2077, I think everybody need to be having their shit together, because, whoo, that was some shit. But I think after that whole situation, they were like, okay, let's not fucking play with this before somebody come and like do terrible things to us. And it's like, again, I don't feel upset when they push a release date back. I would rather them push shit back than have, I don't know, a Cyberpunk 2077 situation happen. Whew. But yeah, Lust from Beyond is coming out, and that is promising to have so much smut in it. So much smut. I want to see T. I want to see A. I want to see D. And not just a little bit of D. Like an unreal amount of D. Like an unnecessary amount of D is what I'm trying to see right in that game. Like, just with some normal person, because I'm not a normal person. Some normal person's like, God damn, that's a lot of D. I'm like, that's just scratching the surface of the amount of D that needs to be in this. I want D. I want somebody to walk in and it's just D everywhere. It's just like D coming out the walls. It's like D on the floor. It's just D in my face. Even if they put like the capital letter D in like as a joke, I would totally take that because there's an homage to D. I love unnecessary amounts of D. And yeah, I guess, like, well, what about boobs? I can look down my own shirt for boobs. Boobs are nice, but I can look down my own shirt for boobs. I can't look, like, I got pants on right now. I can't look down my pants and be like, oh, there's some D. I gotta outsource for, sort of gotta outsource for D. I'm married, but, like, that's like, I can't just look down my pants and be like, ooh, D. Which is, I'm assuming, what guys do anyway, just to just look at their pants and be like, ooh, there's some D. But I don't know. I'm not a guy. I don't know. But the way they go on about it, which is way more than I go on about it, you would think that would be like the situation, be like, oh, some D, yay. I forgot about that for a minute. But getting sort of back on track, I need some D in my life in this game. I need a lot of it. I mean, when I say an unnecessary amount of D, a very unnecessary, like almost to the point where it's just fucking ridiculous amount of D. So that is what I'm hoping for, like an unnecessary amount of D. Like you just walking in there's like some D. It's like, the fuck? And you're like, yes, that's it. Because I just want to sit there with a cigarette at the end of that, like, and y'all don't smoke, but saying like, yeah, that was what I needed in my life, man. So I'm looking forward to Lust from Beyond, because this shit is going to fucking slap, and I'm going to be like, thank fucking God, I got on the ground floor of it when I was watching Lust for Darkness. So, February 25th, Lust from Beyond, you better believe a sister will be right there with some popcorn like, oh, D, oh, where's the D? Oh, there's some D right there. Plus, they doing all those smut scenes. Chef Kiss, I love you at Movie Games Lunarium. Thank you. So, in advance, thank you from the bottom of my trashy heart. Because I'm telling you, that's going to slap. So, now, going on to the Resident Evil showcase. Nobody asked for those first two topics, but I wanted to slide them in. So, now, I want to say Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. One of them 3 days. I think it was last Thursday. They did the Resident Evil showcase. And like, the trailer for 8 was a lot better than the trailer they threw at us back in October. I want to say that was late September, early October, whatever that was, that they were like, oh, we'll get y'all a trailer, it'll be great. And then we got it, and it was just like, oh. And everybody was sitting there kind of like, oh. I know I was sitting there like, oh. So, I don't know what the fuck happened with that, but it was just weird, and I remember that trailer left me in a really weird headspace of, what the fuck am I, what am I supposed to do with this trailer? Like, what is this supposed to mean? Like, I don't understand what the fuck y'all are trying to do with this trailer. But I wasn't left in that kind of a headspace. I was just kind of in a headspace of like, oh, okay, well, I guess. I mean, I noticed that the excitement and the fervor they were wanting like, oh shit, bet, watch, I'm going to buy like 12 of them. I'm kind of out on the Resident Evil situation. I got a dog wanting to come in here. I'll be right back. Hang on. Good Lord. She was like in 3D for a minute. She was like all in the camera. But, alright. Yeah. As much as I love Resident Evil, I am at the point in my life where I can't play that. In all fairness, I could never really play Resident Evil unless I had cheat codes in my life. And yes, I used to cheat because I can't do death sequences. They really fuck me up real bad. And B, I just don't want to be bit and fucked up on zombies and not clickers, zombies and hunters and fucking Lisa Trevor. Oh my god. Yeah, so pretty much I have been out on the playing Resident Evil situation. The last Resident Evil game I actually physically played and got through the entirety of was Code Veronica. That was the last time I had cheat codes for a Resident Evil game. I can't fuck with that now. I would have a goddamn heart attack and be sitting there like my heart all dead and imploded because I've gotten scared out of my mind. Raven Pepper, what is your life about? Can you? Thank you. Can we? Thank you. Sorry about this. For real though. Oh my god. Hang on. It took a minute to get her to lay down, but jeez, I forgot about my train of thought. Oh god, of course she's freaked up. Lie down. Thank you. Lie down. Yes. Oh, good lord. Okay, let's try this again. Normally we don't let her in this room because we had an incident in here. So we try not to let her in here, especially unsupervised. But since I'm in here, it's okay. But I lost my train of thought. So, the last Resident Evil game I actually physically played and finished was Code Veronica. So I've just been watching them ever since. And I'm okay with just watching stuff. I kind of like, for horror games, it kind of gives me a better, like, understanding story-wise. Even though most horror games, the plot is pretty fucking flimsy. I'm looking forward to seeing where the hell this is going, because I don't understand with these vampire chicks. She that 90-foot tall chick with the giant ass boobs. Say some boobs for the rest of us, lady. Damn. Like, she came in rat-tastic. Like, Hootie McBoob it definitely is. That's what I'm going to call her from now on. Hootie McBoob. Because it's like, say some McBoob for the rest of us. Because, like, I don't know. I mean, I do okay for myself, but goddamn, I ain't like that chick. Cheese and fucking crackers. God, her tits are not to veer off on this, but I'm saying they are like literally in your face. She all bending over like, oh, look at my boobies, cause look. I'm just like, Ethan, like, we've all seen Mia, captain of the itty bitty titty committee. So she tried to push up on you, man. I would have hit that, but ill. Oh God, I can't. Ethan is so drawn and deadpan, and I don't even want to know what actual sex with him would be like. It would probably be the most bland, boring thing on the face of the earth. Probably sort of like Jonathan from Lust for Darkness, which I wonder what the fuck happened to him. Because his wife was like, Willard was right, let's fuck. He was just probably just sitting there like, I'm just going to bang out now because he was corny. But I'm saying, you trying to like, it looked like some vampire women are trying to push up on you, man. You might want to get you some, because we've all seen Mia, and that's not helping. But then again, the vampire chick, I don't know, she might just boink you just to death. Y'all ever see that Futurama where Fry and that captain guy and the alien dude were on the planet with the Amazon women, and they were like death by snoo. I think this one might be trying to have it with Homeboy. But y'all got the wrong motherfucker, because I'm telling you, Ethan is so bland and deadpan. Like, I don't think you would have run that risk. So, ew. But I'm saying no. You have Ethan in this, which... him and Mia had a kid. I'm really like, can I get a barf bag? Because I think I need like a barf bag at this point, because ew. So, and like Chris is in it. And this is where I'm kind of stuck, because I really don't like Chris. And I really don't like Ethan. So it's like, y'all got two people in a game that I just objectively can't fucking deal with. So I don't know what's going to happen. And I don't know, like, why the fuck are they even in what looked like fucking Transylvania? Like, who the fuck was like, you know what? We need after that whole fiasco in the bayou, let's take a nice relaxing vacation to Transylvania. You just setting your shit up to get all fucked over, aren't you? You just can't stay out of harm's way because you're just dumb for no good damn reason. But for whatever reason, they wanted to take a nice relaxing vacation in Transylvania. So we'll see what the fuck happens with this. I don't know. Chris is like getting handed kids. Like, I don't know. Like, what the fuck? So I am curious as to know what the fuck does this, because it's looking like it's still the continuation of the molded situation, which I don't feel one way. I don't feel strongly one way or the other. I'm not like, oh shit, yes, the molded was fucking popping, or I'm not like, oh fuck the molded, this was bullshit. I feel nothing for the molded plot line. I just don't feel strongly about it. It's like, oh, okay, well, they're molded. But it looked kind of like they have zombies, and those zombies with the hoodies on look like what the fuck happened to Alex Wesker at the end of her situation. At the end of Resident Evil Revelations 2. I don't fucking know. Like, it was just weird. I don't know. So, it's just like a lot that happened in that trailer. But everybody got fixated on Hootie McBoob over there and her giant ass crush you to death bouldery breasts. So, I don't know. And actually, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of mesmerized by him too, because it was kind of like, oh damn, ladies, share some breasts with the rest of us, guys. But apart from that, like, I'm curious as to what the storyline is going to be, because there's just no discernible plot other than Mia Ethan decide to take a relaxing vacation to Transylvania. So we'll see where it goes from there, because right now I ain't got no answers for this shit. Then you have RE-verse, which I kind of want to call it reverse, but poor Capcom. They keep trying with these multi-online co-op player games. They keep trying and they keep sucking. And like, there was a poll on Twitter today. Somebody that was like hardcore in the Resident Evil community had a poll up. And when I took the poll, it was like 6 o'clock Germany time in the morning. And it was like, are you looking forward to RE-verse? And I was like, no. Even though I know I wouldn't be playing it one way or another, I was like, no. I clicked on no, expected to be like in the minority. No, 75% of 217 people were like, no. It's like, oh God. So, Capcom, you keep trying with these. Like, how many of these co-op online games have we had? Like, it started with the Mercenaries, which was fine, because that was like super early back in the day. People weren't really playing online like that, but you had something like that with the Mercenaries. That was like the predecessor. And then you had, you kind of sort of did it with Outbreak, I do believe. You could play a co-op game with that. You kind of, then you had, I know I'm not supposed to bring it up. It's like a sin to bring it up in the Resident Evil community, but you had Umbrella Corps. I know. But you had Umbrella Corps. And then they had that, whatever the Resistance, whatever the fuck that was when that god-awful third remake came out. They keep trying and people just keep not caring. The one thing I keep hearing reiterated over and over is they want a new Outbreak and for them to do that and to focus on that. So I guess that's a thing that they're doing. I don't know how I don't care about it. It looked like a lot of people don't care about it, so it's not just me, but what the fuck ever. So yeah, that was fucking happening. And I was just kind of like, oh, okay. Then, like, what the fuck was up with Resident Evil with the Tom Clancy's Division? Who the fuck asked for that? Like, I don't understand. Was there like people clamoring for it? Was somebody like, damn, you know what I could go over playing? Resident Evil, but Tom Clancy's The Division. Is anybody even still playing Tom Clancy's Division at this point? Because my husband has it, and he'll play it occasionally. And I swear to God, even when he first got it, it was a situation where he had it the first week he had it. He played it the first day, didn't touch it for a day, played it again, then didn't touch it again for a couple days, and then played it again, and I swear I haven't seen that man touch the game since. So it's really, was anybody asking for that? Did somebody really like, damn, y'all, we need to put the Division together with Resident Evil because that's going to be popping. But it's just, you're wearing stars and stars uniforms and RPD uniforms. Who the fuck asked for this? Because they need somebody to sit down and talk to them about their life choices. Because they've made some real fucked up life choices. And they need somebody to sit down like, okay, you fucked up, man. And you kind of need to stop now. So why don't we get you, like, they need an intervention. That's what they need, an intervention. Somebody needs to be intervened upon because no one asked for it. There was some shit that came out of left field that no one asked for. It was just like, okay, the fuck are we doing? So I guess the showcase overall was good. And like, I guess I'm looking forward to Resident Evil. It's coming out May 7th, right? I think it's May 7th. Oh, shit. I put it on my calendar because I was like, I need to remember when this is coming out. It's coming out. Yep, May 7th is the release date for Resident Evil 8. They also was talking about some kind of Uber box set that you can, if you pre-order, you get like a miniaturized Chris doll. It's a doll. People, it's a doll. There's an action figure. My D's nuts. It's a fucking doll. So you get a little Chris doll. Why don't you get an Ethan doll? Not that anybody want that shit, but I'm saying somebody might want an Ethan doll. So like, you get a miniaturized Chris doll with like a bunch of like maps and like a box and some other shit came with it. Like, that's cool if you're a collector, but I'm a collector of Resident Evil shit. It's just, if it was a Wesker doll, I would have bought like 8 of them joints by now. Like, fuck you, I'm getting that Wesker doll because that needs to happen in my life. But it was just a Chris doll, and I was just like, oh, fuck that, I ain't needing that. So that is all I have for this video game vlog. And I'm trying to say, though, like, I guess I'm excited for Resident Evil 8. Oh, I didn't talk about Maiden before I go. I had to quickly talk about Maiden. Duh. Fuck, I watched that. Survival Horror Network had that up on his channel, and I completely forgot about Maiden. It's basically, if you don't know, and you feel like you're missing out because you didn't buy a PlayStation 5, you haven't missed a damn thing. Because basically, it's kind of like a weird little walking tour through, I guess, the dungeon and a couple of, like, areas in the castle that you'll be traipsing around, skulking around in when you finally play Resident Evil 8. And probably when you finally get to that part. Because I'm assuming it's going to be like Resident Evil 4, where you have to first go into the village, deal with villagers whiling, then get to like some other place, and then get to the castle, and then you'll be spending like a whole shitload of time in the castle. So it's basically literally a walking tour through the castle, and it's not really any intimate danger. You're not really in any real danger. And I don't know if it was supposed to be creepy, but I got a little nervous, but I never got scared. They had a couple of jump scares in that, like a body falls from the ceiling, and then like you hear giggling and weird shit in the background. But that was kind of when I got a little tense, but I never got that gut-wrenching, like, I'm gonna throw up all over this room kind of like scared that I want to feel when I watch a Resident Evil or any horror game for that matter. I never ever felt any of that. I was just sitting there like, oh, when the body falls out of nowhere, I'm just kind of like, oh, okay. The other jump scare happens, I'm just like, oh, okay. And like, there's a part where you're going up the stairs and you see the wispy lady with the bug lady. We're doing that shit again, I guess. And with the hoodie, and that's like toward the end. And then the boob lady, Hootie McBoob, comes through, squeezing through a door. She couldn't get her titties through the door. And like, that's how it ends, basically. So it's just a walking tour. The game is gorgeous. And I don't even have that Devil May Oink 2 feeling of, this game is beautiful, too bad it's wasted on this game. I actually feel like it might be, it'll probably be like how all Resident Evils and me have been the last, since pretty much Resident Evil 7. It's good, it's just not for me. And I honestly can't tell you what the fuck I'm looking for in a Resident Evil game, but I guarantee that's how I'm going to feel at the end of this. Like, it was good, it just wasn't for me. So, now that is all I have. And yeah, so if you have a PlayStation 5, Maiden is out for it. If you don't, they said sometime in the spring they were going to come up with Raven. Don't even play with me. Don't even play with me right there, old child. They said they were going to come out with other... Oh, jeez. Sorry about that. Mailman came. But that is pretty much all I have. Maiden is out for PlayStation 5. I think only PlayStation 5. But I do remember on the showcase they said something about they would bring out more demos later on for all the other platforms that Resident Evil 8 is going to be on. I don't know, but the whole main game comes out on May 7th. So, you got that going. So, that is all I have, and I will see you around at another point, okay? Later!